You've spent months building your app, and then just before launch, panic hits. Suddenly, all those doubts come rushing in. What if no one downloads it? What if it flops? What if I look like a fool? This moment of fear, right before launch, this is when most apps fail. Not because the idea is bad, not because the code is broken, but because the developer never ships it. They get stuck in fear, in perfectionism, and the endless, bottomless pit of tweaking their app. Or worse, this is the exact moment they quit. In this video, I want to show you why this happens, how you can avoid it, and what I've learned from building apps and watching others get stuck in the same loop. You may be surprised to know that lots of developers experience this as well. I know because a lot of developers reach out to me with this same anxiety. And to be honest, I've suffered from this from time to time as well. And right now you may be experiencing something similar. So how do you avoid this trap? This issue doesn't only affect indie app developers. Anyone who puts themselves out there and starts a new venture or a new business is at risk. Before I built apps and before I was mowing lawns, I was running a web design agency. And for a while there, it was doing really, really well. And the secret to its success? Well, my biggest lead generator was logo design. Yes, logo design. I realized businesses who needed a logo design also needed a website. And it was a perfect way to target new businesses. And it worked really well. Before they even talked to an accountant or even signed a lease, they would get their logo design. And this was their first step, turning their business idea, something that was in their mind, into something real. A real identity that they could have on their business cards, on their email signatures, on their letterheads. I offered a $99 logo design service with unlimited revisions and a money-back guarantee. The result? I made no money designing logos, but it generated an endless supply of new leads for my profitable web design business. And at its peak, I was onboarding 2 to 3 new clients every single day and doing all the logo designs myself. Yep, it was an intense time. But you know what I noticed? Those who messed me around the most, those who demanded more and more revisions, those who couldn't make up their mind, their businesses always failed. They just would never take off, even if they had the best business plan in the world. Why? One day I onboarded this new client and she was setting up a cleaning service. She was already charging friends and family for her services, and the business model was really simple. Get an identity design, get it on business cards to build referrals, and add the logo to her van to build brand recognition and trust in the neighborhoods that she frequently visited. It was a no-brainer. You do a good job, you get referrals, you get recognized, you get bookings. But she never got that far. We just endlessly went back and forth with every single minute detail of the logo. Make the letters bigger, make the font bolder, change the color. And just when it felt like it was done, there was always some new issue. And most of her correspondence was sent at night. Like I'm talking about the early mornings of the hour, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And that's when I realized she was afraid. She was scared. This was keeping her up at night and she was paralyzed. The more I spoke with her, the more I realized just how high the expectations were that she was putting on herself. She told her friends and family about this venture. She was dreaming of leaving her job and working for herself, and then she started to get scared of the unknown. And that's when her doubts started. What if I don't get any customers? What if I spend all this time and money and it fails? My family's going to laugh at me. I put so much into this. And this happens with apps too. Every time I let my imagination run away from me, every time I expect this app to be the one that's going to make tens of thousands of dollars, I find myself delaying the release. And I find reasons why I should just keep building it. That feature isn't quite right. That design doesn't quite work. I better rebuild this part of the code. I better keep distracting myself. And you can really fool yourself with this type of thinking if you let it get away from you. And it doesn't help that our industry is full of these feel-good stories. There's this popular meme in indie development circles where 2 people are digging for gems. One is just about to give up, but he's so close. The message? Keep going, push through, don't quit. Success is just around the corner. But this meme annoys me every time I see it popping up on my feed. People post it when they're burning out, when they feel like the ending is just around the corner, when they feel like they can just keep pushing a little bit more and they will make it. But the truth is, the promise of riches at the end is not always guaranteed. This app you're working on, this version of it at least, it might fail. There might not be any magic feature or magic piece of code that you can add to it that will change that fact. You might just be digging a big hole. And that's okay. Instead of spending years of your life creating something that's doomed to fail, with the delusion it's going to make you rich, maybe just release an early version and get user feedback. This way, you don't have to keep digging. You can find out quickly whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. And that initial version might even get some user feedback that changes the entire trajectory of your app. That insight that you would never have discovered on your own or even considered. Or at the very least, you will learn lessons along the way that will hopefully bring you one step closer to success for the next app. And going back to that meme, a better approach is to do what mining companies do. You know, those companies that are actually digging for gemstone, gold, and riches. Do you think that they're just mindlessly digging in the ground until they reach the magical pot of gold? If the hole is big enough, they'll one day find it? No. Before they even consider digging, they sample the soil first. They dig small holes and survey the area. Then they know exactly where to dig. So if you're stuck right now, obsessing over one more feature, one more tweak, try reducing the scope, release it sooner, and start surveying your target audience first. So before you build your app to perfection, release a smaller scoped version. Let the market tell you where to dig next. This is a bit more of an opinion piece again. The last one did really well and it sparked quite a bit of a conversation. And it's nice to do something other than just focusing on the stats and revenue of my apps. If you're currently stuck with the fear before releasing your app, let me know in the comments below. Chances are others have been through the same thing. And there's probably a whole lot of shared wisdom from my viewers that can help you out.